How's it going, everyone? Octopus here, and welcome back to another Metal Spotlight. Today we're going to be doing Vanitas, and I'm going to go over what's good for him without a guild and with a guild. Now, I know a lot of you didn't make top 5,000, but a lot of you did get at least 2 copies. And trait rolls, I can't really talk about trait rolls when it comes to high score challenge medals because they still have not made the high score challenge medal separate. So when they give us a reward, it comes pre-orbed, which really sucks because then we only have 2 chances if we make top 5,000 and get the correct reward score. So whatever traits you guys get is whatever traits you guys get, but that does not mean that this guy is bad. Now again, traits are only for Coliseum and later on when the level spike of enemies just increased to like level 900s. Or not that exaggerated, but you guys know what I mean. You don't need traits to make these medals good. These medals are straight out good no matter what, especially if you guilt them. Now, Vanitas here, he's unique because he does have a ×3 strength buff, which is really good, and you would figure, okay, let's try to get that ×6. Now again, we can't handle traits. We can't really say, okay, this is a trait I want, I'm going to put it. We only have 2 chances. Some of you guys only have 1 chance. Now, extra attack does make sense because a lot of you guys do want that ×6 buffer, but 0.2 carry should be around the corner, so I have a different tune when it comes to this guy here. It's really good for anyone who doesn't have a ×6 buffer at the moment. It will help you, but once 0.2 carry comes around, you really didn't want extra attack on this guy. Now, later on, I also think that extra attack's gonna be a lot better than -60, -60. So going for those traits right now are really good, but extra attack, once we have like ×7 general defense down on our Keyblade from just our medals activating, then -60, -60 is not going to really do anything until like really high Coliseum. But either way, it doesn't matter what trait you guys get. Let's talk about the medal itself. Now, this guy fits on like more than half the Keyblades, especially because a lot of Keyblades are multicolor, and we do have 2 Keyblades, 3 Keyblades that are really good on reverse power. But let's talk about how good he is just by himself. He can be in the beginning of your Keyblade as your ×3 buffer if you guys don't have one, or you guys can just use your ×3 buffer and put him in any position and he'll become the ×6 buff for himself. Kind of like I used Moana so much, where Moana was an attack medal to help me clear a lot of the Mughal Glory quest, a lot of like Proud Mode. They really stand out just by themselves because they can self-buff. So you don't need any other help from any other medal. The medal takes care of itself. But it also can help out your other medals. But in this video, I said but like 3 times in a row. So for this video, I am going to guilt him. I'm going to go for his next trait roll. And I know tomorrow, I have a deep feeling inside me that there's going to be a guilting campaign tomorrow. But even if there isn't, I feel like there's one around the corner. And I'm going to be really sad, but you know, hopefully the game likes me just a little bit to give me at least 100%. If I get 100%, the other 50%, it's a lot of mirrors, but what are you going to do, right? I just want to kind of get this going. I want to try out this medal as soon as possible. I could wait for the next 12 hours, but I don't know. Let's just do this. Let's go for this guilt roll. Let's see if we can throw some planes on there. Let's get our Hueys. What I'm looking forward to is plus 1,000 strength, -60s, or I wouldn't want the extra attack. Now that my count has a ×6 buffer, 2 of them, I don't need extra attack on him, so I just want to use this guy for pure damage. But if I get extra attack, like I was talking about, if I get enough general defense down medals on my Keyblade, I really don't need the -60 until like way later. So the medal's still going to be amazing for Coliseum. But here we go, guys. Let's go for that guilt roll and a good trait. A good trait. Come on, Cena. Just throw something good at me at this time. You guys screwed up my Mickey and Minnie Mouse and threw a guilty campaign. 99, 1%. Isn't that a slap in the face? I just want 100. 1 less. That's okay. 99%. It's alright. Like I said, if I'm going to really use them, Magic Mirrors, and I do think I'm going to use them. Ground negatives. Oh, I got to use Magic Mirrors later. Oh, there's a lot of Magic Mirrors. Okay. 1 good trait, guys. 1 really good trait. I'm happy with that. Let's get that 1 magic mirror in there. How many do I have? I have 92. I'm even running low. That's okay. Alright, so 100% means that this is going to be times by 2. So I have a 6.58 multiplier. A 6.58 multiplier. If I had another 50% on there, this medal would be... Oh, God. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. 50% more would be half of that. That's like 1.65 almost. Damn. Damn those guilting campaigns. If there isn't one around the corner, I'm not going to be too hurt about it. 50 mirrors won't be too bad. Never, ever, ever, ever I would never recommend using a Micking Broom to re-gilt something, because one, Micking Broom is any medal you want in the game. So if you're missing a dot on a limited time medal, that's a Micking Broom. But if you use a Micking Broom to re-roll gilt, it's the worst thing you can do, because that gilt can stay at 100% and you just lost a Micking Broom that could have gilted a limited time medal, which I just think mirrors. They're in the game for a reason. Use them for the percentage. Never use a Micking Broom. But now that we have negative 60 on this guy, if you guys got extra attack and he's a ×6 buffer for you, or even if he's not your ×6 buffer, he just has extra attack and you're using him, you do want to go for that attack boost 3 max with SP gauge, or attack boost 4 max with SP gauge, depending when you guys are doing this. Or if you're saving it for that Coliseum SP gauge attack boost, attack boost 4 SP gauge 2, I believe it is right now. So if you guys are waiting, he's not a bad candidate if you have extra attack on him, because he's super powerful, but at the same time that could be used towards your high score challenge medal, which is like Zaldin, Axel, any medal. We are going to talk about high score challenge medals later, so don't take my recommendations on attack boost 4, but we do have to put a skill on him, so let's go for something fancy. I do have quite a bit of skills now, just because there hasn't been really much going on with I guess needing to waste all my skills. I do have 2 attack boost 4 maxes. I don't think I'm going to use it on him. He is AoE. He's going to be a really good AoE medal for me. But at the same time, I don't know if I want to use the attack boost 4 max right away. So what I am going to do, I do have an attack boost 3 max, SP gauge 1 and 2. I'm going to make top 1000 in the Coliseum, so I'm going to get another attack boost 4s. So I'm going to go for attack boost 3 max, SP gauge on him, just to make him cheaper and also get some decent damage on him. If I did have an attack boost 4 laying around, I would use it. Even these are attack boost 2s, so I can't really use them. I do have attack boost 3 SP gauge, or sorry, APP, but I do want constant damage coming out of him, so I'm okay with attack boost 3 max and SP gauge 2. Now I wouldn't recommend this to anyone else unless you got extra attack on him, but for SP requirement is my cutoff point. That's when you're supposed to put an SP gauge on a medal for 4 or more. It's not necessary, but that's how I feel really comfortable with a lot of my Keyblade setups. So there you go. I got some good, decent skill on him. I don't have to do a bunch of retries to show you guys. So now I'm gonna optimize him, get him at level 100, and let's go test him out. Let's go see what kind of damage this guy can do. Of course, I have to go search for experience medal. All right. I don't need that one. This one, a little bit overboard. It's all right. Just gonna put more chips on this and we're good to go. I believe this medal is like extremely powerful. Even without a gilt, this medal is still doing a lot of damage. On my free-to-play account, I'm not gonna gilt that one until a gilting campaign, but even without a gilt on it right now, it's doing some insane damage. Just because it's buffing itself and it's buffing all my medals, it's doing crazy damage. But I want to show you guys what this guy can do as a gilted one. Right now, he's counted as a tier 3 because he only has 100% gilt on him. Once he's at 150%, the power will be completely different. But I did make a couple Keyblade setups. Oh, I didn't even notice that there. I totally forgot. I haven't done this at all. I got to do that. But anyways, let's go into a speed route because he is power, and let's go to this newest one to see if he can actually touch anything here. Now, obviously, he's going to because he's got that negative 60, but you guys can see I made all Keyblades for him already. First, we have the Moogle Glory. Moogle Glory, he's got a 1.9 multiplier over here. It's not too strong, but the thing is that you have your ×3 buffer, your Kyrie to restore SP, and then you're going to have him for another ×3 buffer, but he's going to do damage himself if he's gilted or not gilted, depending on the enemy's level, and that's going to buff these guys as well, which is going to do insane amount of damage. Then you got the Keyblade setup of Stroke of Midnight, which he can be at the end of the Keyblade and do amazing damage as well. Now, I know that you're going to think, well, he has a ×3 buff, but the thing is that if you have him gilted, he is a very strong medal. It's like saying, am I going to put Moana in the beginning of a Keyblade? Now, I know it's only for 3 attacks, but some medals are just better out there buffing themselves and getting amazing damage out there, especially if you don't have other medals to accommodate it, and he is your main medal. You don't need to force him in the front of your Keyblade to buff everybody. Just use him like a normal medal, because a ×3 buffer is more than enough for story, proud mode, all that. It's when you get into Coliseum is when you got to switch up your Keyblade to get more buffs in there to help your really strong medals. But for situations like this, who cares that he doesn't buff everybody else? He's going to do amazing damage at the end of that slot. Especially when I go ×3 buff. I got my Kyrie there. This is not gilted, but he has a -2. And my key art's going to copy it for another -2 general defense down. and then he's gonna do damage to everything. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna use this one for this level. But that's an example. Again, another example. He doesn't have to be his own buffer, but I'm gonna use a copycat medal here. There's other choices. I just like to use these copycat medals because we just got them as well. So you get to see a little bit of Keyblade setups with them. And here's a choice of like perfect, because ×3 buffer, SP restore, more buffs, and then he's another ×3 buffer, but his 2.30 slot means he's gonna do some really good damage, and he got the buffs he needs already plus himself. Then these two medals are just gonna destroy everything. So this works out beautifully. I might actually level up my Starlight because Fairy, Keyblade, whatever it's called, is still far away, but we'll see. All depends how I want to go far in Coliseum. And then you got this other choice here, which works perfectly, is called the Treasure Trove. It's one of the basic Keyblades. It's great at level 25. You don't have to increase anymore. But ×3 Kairi, ×3 him, plus a 1.8, and he still does damage. Then you got all your other medals that have a full ×6 buff. Now, I don't have Kairi 2 on here, but it's good for like a one shot at a boss. Like this is basically going to hit a single target. So this is really good for taking down dark sides, anything that's just by themselves. You don't need to do more than one turn because you don't have the proper SP, but you do have a nuke of damage. And then obviously the Olympia is probably going to be one of my favorites besides Stroke of Midnight, just because again he fits on the second slot, which is enough to do a buff to everybody else. So all your medals get a ×6, and his second slot is a 2.00 at level 30, which is really good. It might be a little less than that, but right now I have a level 30, so I can't tell you the exact numbers. But like I said, I am going to use the Stroke of Midnight just because I love the setup that's here. If this guy was guilted, it would do a lot more, but I can't really do anything about it. I could use a copy medal here just to copy him again to see more AoE damage. I'm probably going to do that because Byron's key art beginning is amazing. He got it boosted and he is -60, -60. He's currently top 10 in Coliseum, which is amazing. Congratulations, Byron. You got some amazing luck, and it's got attack boost 4. So I'm going to use that for this level, but it's not really about that. It's about this Vanitas. So let's see what Vanitas can do on the Stroke of Midnight. So we got our ×3 buff here. These are level 490 enemies. They're not like the Coliseum enemies. Level 490 in Coliseum has way more HP and defense, like way more. Like I'm pretty sure if I activate this key art here, they're all dead. So I'm not gonna do that because look, a tap right there just ruins them. But let's just activate Vanitas here and watch, just by himself, without that other -2 general defense down, a lot of damage. And this would be a fully guilted Vanitas, but it would be more damage than this, just because Friend Medals don't do as much damage because they don't have your proper Keyblade slot. But you guys can see that he is still doing some crazy damage. Let's try to see if that invisible there will actually survive my Key Art Dark Riku. So here's my Dark Riku, and then Key Art's going to copy that and also do Dark Riku's attack, which is another negative general defense down by 2. Okay, it doesn't kill it. Now let's watch Vanitas here do some really good damage. 23,000 per hit at a ×6 buff with all the general defense down, which is really good. Really good. He did 5 hits, so I think that's pretty good for level 490 enemies. Honestly, if he was at 150% guilt, that'd be way more damage. Did I even put the chips on him? Yeah, I put the chips on him, which is still pretty good. Now, I haven't tested anything else on these levels because I haven't completed yet, so you guys might as well watch me do this at the same time. And that is a chicken. That is a money egg. Well, not even a money egg. That's just one of those heartless in the eggshell in a chicken. That is amazing. Did you guys know that was in the game? Holy heartless chicken. I love it. What is it, like robot chicken kind of reference? That's beautiful. Either way, that's just, I want to know why that's a thing. I gotta find out why that's a thing. If you guys know why there's a chicken in this, where does it come from? I would love to know. That's hilarious. But the setup's not working too bad. The Keyblade slot multipliers could be higher. This is only a 2.5, which if I get a higher multiplier at the end, this would be doing way more damage. And again, 150% guild. But this is more than enough to take these guys out, which is pretty amazing. I just threw this Keyblade setup real quick for this video just to show you guys. Actually put up all those Keyblade setups, obviously, because that's why Vanitas is there. But here we go. Let's try to do this with the helicopter fleet. Again, if I had that 50% guild, it would make a world of a difference. Like, I would have so much more. I don't think I'm going to take this guy out with just the key art copying, so I'm going to use a Nova here. And hopefully, the last enemy is not... Yeah, the last enemy is not as tough. Well, they are pretty tough, but I think a helicopter fleet has, like, way too much. But then again, these guys have over 10 HP. 10 bars of HP, which is insane. Well, 14 if you count the actual extra ones. Alright, so let's see what happens. Let's see if I can take this group out with this setup. What's the requirements here? Complete without having continue. I don't have a second chance on here, do I? Well, I do have the illustrated Kari, right? Okay, I do have a second chance. Whoa, never mind. Did you guys see that? Done. Completely done. There you go. So, Vanitas, not fully guilted, but he does have that negative 60 general defense down on his traits, which makes a huge amount of difference compared to one that doesn't have it. But again, it doesn't really matter. This medal itself will change a lot of your Keyblade setups. He does amazing damage. He could be used just for a ×3 buffer if you really need a ×3 buffer, and hopefully you can have a Keyblade setup that uses him to like really dish out some good damage while buffing your other medals. But there you go. I completed Proud Quest level 490 enemies and was no problem. Absolutely no problem. He did 24k a hit, which you're looking at, let's round it to 25, 125,000 damage, not fully guilted against level 490 enemies. Because if you just go into like a Proud Quest right now, and let's go around level, I don't know, let's say level 410. Let's see the difference at level, that's level 280. Level 280, I would totally destroy them. I couldn't even use full buff. So let's go like level 410 and see what I can do here. Just to show another example. Even, let's go for Fenrir here. Let's go for this and see what I can do with this, just to throw another Keyblade in there. Let's try to hit the first guy here, and I think that should be good enough. So, full buffs. He's going to be on the second last slot, so he misses one kind of buff out of there that I could probably add. But this still should be more than enough, even without... Yeah, there you go. See? The lower the level of the enemy, the lower the defense. He actually did 37,000 damage a hit. So, I'm showing you only 125,000 damage, but that's on level 490 enemies. So the higher you go, the more damage, the less damage you're going to do. So the lower the enemy, this guy's just going to rip apart them. So story mode, proud mode, and possibly a lot of events, you guys are going to have a really easy time. Even if he's not guilted, don't be shy to put like an attack boost 3 or 4 on him. Because again, he self buffs, and he's got a good multiplier, and he's AoE. So don't be shy, guys. Put some power onto him. He still will do damage without being guilted. It's doing on my free-to-play account, and it's working beautifully. But there you go. That's the medal spotlight. Again, recap on the skills. If you got extra attack, you do have to put an SP gauge on him. You don't have to put attack boost 3 max SP gauge like I did. It's just what I have available, and I'm going to use it with you guys, especially since attack boost 4 is out. With maxes, I can change his skill up later and he'll do even more damage. But for the sake of my skills and waiting for proper medals, I'm just going to hold out for a bit, use the old attack boost 3s I have, and then I'll adjust to the new attack boost 4s as I need to go. Because if you guys look at my medal list, this goes for everybody. Your skills will stock up eventually, and you'll be running out of like good skills versus old skills. So medals that don't have like a huge crazy multiplier like this will, you don't have to use an attack boost 3 on them. You can put attack boost 4. I am going to put attack boost 4 max on this once I get this next Coliseum. But look, attack boost 2s, this whole row is attack boost 2s. So use your skills and then put the proper ones like attack boost 4 on the ones you know are really, really good, depending on what their multiplier is or what their effect is. Like, if I had this guy proper, he would have attack boost 4 max on him because that's a great multiplier with a great guilt, stuff like that. Like, you got to really look at what's worth your attack boost 4s. But don't forget that it could stockpile and you could have a ton of skills. So don't be shy, use your attack boost 3s and then use your attack boost 4s on the proper ones, just so your inventory doesn't just get full of skills that are never going to be used like these attack boost 2s. But either ways, guys, that's my medal spotlight on Vanitas. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you did with yours, what traits you got. I know a lot of you just got resist, and I'm really sorry, but again, the medal's still good. Don't worry that you'll only have resist on there. And a lot of you are going to use the question, should I use making brooms on this? I would say it depends what your game needs and what other traits you got. If you got some negative 60s on there, then he could be worth the making broom because he is limited, meaning you can't pull him. So technically making brooms are really good on him because you can't get another copy until they do a reprint banner, and that costs jewels. So it is questionable what you guys have. But if you don't need to upgrade right now because you're not stuck in anything, then my greatest advice is always just save your resources until you're stuck, and that's your solution. So just don't go out there and making broom whatever you guys want to making broom. only increase your power when you need to increase your power. Besides that, save your resources because the game always gets stronger. Better metals always come out, and if you waste your making brooms now and a month later we have a power creep again, which most likely we will, you guys are gonna be like, damn, I waste my making brooms on that. He's not doing as much where I could have used this metal that I got super lucky to get. So just really ask yourself, do I need this right now to pass anything? If not, then hold back on using making brooms. But that's it, guys. That's the metal spotlight. As always, thank you so much for watching. Keep on smiling, and I'll see you in the next one.